Pay attention to your thoughts. Thinking things like, I'm so fat, I'll never be thin, nobody will ever love me in this body, is called catastrophizing, and it's only keeping you stuck in self-loathing. In today's video, we are going to be talking about how to work on healing your body image and healing your self-esteem. So I like to think that body image issues are a calculated attack against women's ability and capacity to be able to show up meaningfully in their lives. If you have experienced these issues or are currently experiencing them right now, you know firsthand just how much they consume your life and diminish your ability to show up as your best self in your life. So we are going to be talking about how do we recover our self-esteem and our body image so that we can take back our lives. To begin today's video, I'm going to be starting by giving you an understanding of what body image really is. In order to stand a chance at healing our body image, we need to understand the different components of body image. As I was researching for this video, I came across a really good definition of a body image from the National Eating Disorders Collaboration. I just had to check the name there on my laptop, and they describe body image as having 4 components. So I'm gonna be looking back and forth here just to make sure that I get these things right. So the first one is called perceptual body image. So that refers to essentially how we see ourselves. Like when you look at your body, that is your perceptual body image, and that may not actually be an accurate reflection of how your body actually looks. Secondly, there is affective body image, and that refers to the feelings that you have about your body, which may include positive or negative feelings about your body. And then thirdly, we have cognitive body image, and cognitive body image speaks to all of the thoughts that you have about your body, which may involve negative or positive thoughts again. And then lastly, there's behavioral body image. So this speaks to all of the behaviors that you engage in as a result of how you relate to your body. So these can be, positive or unhealthy behaviors, and unhealthy behaviors, for example, could be under-eating or over-exercising because of how you relate with your body image. So now that we have a good understanding of these 4 components of body image, let's now look at how does body image link with our self-esteem. So because we live in a world that pretty much values people based off of how they look, and value really is the currency for self-worth and self-esteem, it then makes sense that, if you haven't done this body image work, you very likely value yourself. Your self-esteem is linked to your body image. And because of, fat phobia and weight stigma in society, if you are unhappy with your body, if you feel like your body doesn't meet the standard, you could have poor self-esteem as a result. So, okay, let's get practical and talk about, with this foundation of definition for body image and understanding the link between body image and self-esteem, how do we then use those concepts to help us heal our body image? The first thing that I want to share, which was also really helpful for me in my journey to healing body image, was realizing and accepting that I am not my body. I realized that every time I looked at myself in the mirror, I would have these negative thoughts about my body, which would also then become negative thoughts about myself. And over time, as I, started questioning these norms of society, norms of diet culture, I started asking myself, why do I feel bad about myself as a person? Because I don't really like how my body looks. And then that helped me to come to this mantra or affirmation of, I am not my body. So every time I looked at myself in the mirror and I started hearing those negative thoughts come up, I would just tell myself and remind myself, I'm not my body. I might be having these negative thoughts and feelings about my body, but that doesn't have to apply to how I feel about myself as a human being. So fundamentally, that just meant creating separation between my self-esteem and my body image, which is a really important first step. So to help you in, really getting clear on the extent to which you link your self-esteem with your body image, I've got some prompts that you can answer in a journal. So if you have a journal, just grab it and write down these questions and then answer them in, your quiet time. So some of the questions that you can ask yourself are: when I think about my body, does it make me feel bad about myself? When I see my body, does it make me feel bad about myself? How would I answer the question, who am I? How would I answer the question, what makes me me? What do I love about myself? And when you're answering this question, make sure that you don't include any physical features of yourself. So the point of these questions is just to help you see, like I said, how much you project your body image into your sense of who you are and into your sense of self-worth. Secondly, it's time to face those painful feelings that you may experience when you see your body in the mirror. So again, I've got some journaling prompts that will help you to really understand and unpack those emotions to help you with your healing. So you can ask yourself questions like, when I look at my body in the mirror, what do I feel? If I experience negative feelings, which part of my body most triggers those feelings? What may be causing these feelings towards these body parts? What experiences have I had in the past? So things that other people have done or said to you, or things that you have done to yourself that have led me to having these feelings towards my body. What would happen if I chose appreciation for these parts of my body? And what would it take for me to start sending appreciation towards my body? So also note the fact that I use the word appreciation instead of love, because depending on where you are in your body image healing journey, it may be too much to ask of you right now to focus on body love. We still live in a culture that makes it really hard to love our bodies, and you are going to be coming against these negative influences on an almost a daily basis. So loving your body and focusing on body love might be too much at this point in time, but body appreciation is within reach. It's something that you can make the intention to do on a daily basis. So thirdly, we need to start paying attention to our thoughts. The thoughts that you have influence your beliefs and your feelings. Your thoughts shape your behaviors. So notice again just that holistic view of body image, and on a practical level, how these things turn into negative body image and negative self-esteem. So pay attention to the thoughts that you're having throughout the day. Notice your negative self-talk. Often if you have poor body image, you are also experiencing negative self-talk. So every time you say something to yourself like, I'm so fat, I'll never be able to love my body, nobody will ever be able to love me in this body, I'll never be thin, I'll never be happy. Notice those thoughts. And those thoughts are called catastrophizing. When you use these absolute terms like always and never, that's when you're basically thinking in worst case scenario terms, and those are usually irrational thoughts that are really unlikely to happen. So be disciplined in noticing your thoughts, and then take it a little further by speaking back to those negative thoughts. So counter the negative self-talk with positive self-talk. Whenever you hear yourself thinking in those negative terms, you can use an affirmation to really just snap you out of it and ground you back into the present moment, ground you back into that neural pathway of generating positive body image through positive self-talk. So you could say something to yourself like, no matter how my body looks, I respect my body. I am not my body. My body is worthy of respect and care. And you can use those thoughts, affirmations, or mantras, whatever you want to call them, to speak back to that negative self-talk. So the biggest thing that I want for you to take away from this video is that you are not your body. This is really fundamental in being able to repair your self-esteem and create space to work on healing your body image. When you're less affected and less controlled by, you know, how you feel about your body, then you will be able to start creating space, take a step back, you know, have the confidence, the self-respect, the self-regard to do this body image healing work. And if you would like more resources, more coaching, more education on healing your relationship with food, healing your relationship with your body, and living a life of health without obsession, then sign up to my weekly newsletter. I share more good stuff like what you see in my videos, but more. You know, in this sense, you know, the more we are exposing ourselves to positive influences and countering the negative influences that we face in society, that will just help us to, like I mentioned earlier, recreate the neural pathways so that you can really have that strong foundation of respecting your body, having healthy associations with your body, and healthy associations with food. So anyway, again, the link will be in my description, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Sending you all of my love and wishing you all the best as you continue doing this work. Bye!